Date. My fiance said, "My parents think you're not good enough. We need a break." I calmly replied, "I understand." Then I cashed out my share from the joint account we were using for the wedding she'd already secretly cancelled. Her break became permanent and expensive. Part 2. From her personal accounts with the understanding she'd be reimbursed from the joint wedding fund. As I looked into it, I found she had produced some invoices. The problem, I never agreed to reimburse her for personal wedding attire from the joint fund. Her dress was her dress. My suit was my suit. Those deposits she was claiming, I discovered some of them were dated after she cancelled the main venue. So, she cancelled the wedding, then continued to spend money on what exactly? A phantom wedding? Or was she hoping I wouldn't find out about the big cancellation? She's also demanding I pay half the cancellation fees for vendors she booked and she cancelled, including the main venue's $10,000 non-refundable deposit. She conveniently forgets that 5 gallons of that lost deposit was my money already. She wants me to pay another $5,000 so she's whole and I'm out $10,000. The math of the truly entitled is a special kind of creative accounting. Her parents are backing her. Angela called my mother. My mom listened, then basically said, "Angela, it sounds like Nicole made some decisions without consulting Justin and is now upset about the consequences. Justin is a grown man, and frankly, from what he's told me, his actions seem perfectly reasonable." That conversation ended quickly. Go, Mom. Brandon leaves sanctimonious voicemails. "You're really showing your true colors, Justin. This isn't how a man behaves. You're leaving Nicole high and dry over a misunderstanding. A secret wedding cancellation is a misunderstanding? Okay, buddy." My response to all this: documentation, every email, voicemail, transcribe the important bits, every text message from before the break, my own bank statements proving my wedding purchases. Confirmed with vendors I dealt with that no contracts were solely my responsibility. Quick chat with a lawyer, showed him the timeline, the joint account agreement. It was a simple one, thankfully, just stating funds for mutual wedding costs, proof of my contribution, and Nicole's venue cancellation confirmation. His take? I'm in the clear. The money I took was verifiably mine, intended for a purpose she unilaterally nullified. Her subsequent spending or cancellation fees are her problem. He said, "She's trying to bully you. Don't let her." Good advice. The expensive part for Nicole is already happening. She's on the hook for several non-refundable deposits she paid after canceling the main venue but before the break talk, thinking, I guess, that she could still salvage some of it or pin it on me. The photographer, the fancy cake lady, the string quartet she absolutely had to have for the non-existent ceremony, those vendors want their cancellation fees, and they're looking at her, not me. I haven't been aggressive. I haven't slandered her. I've just stepped aside, pulled my support, pulled my money. It's fascinating, really, how quickly we us became you owe me when the free ride ended. My resolve is solid. She wanted a break. She got one, a permanent, financially inconvenient one. The not good enough comment still stings sometimes late at night. But then I look at the growing file of her increasingly unhinged demands, and I think, yeah, I'm good enough to not put up with this. Update 3, well, Merry almost Christmas, everyone. Or, if you're Nicole Hawthorne, probably not so merry. The last month has been enlightening. The entitlement reached its crescendo and then finally the music started to fade for them. Anyway, for me, it's been a period of calm, firm lines in the sand. So, the dirty tricks continued for a bit, then sputtered out. Nicole, through her father Stephen, actually had a lawyer send me a letter. It was full of bluster, misappropriation of joint marital funds, we weren't married, emotional distress, breach of promise to marry, the one she called off. It demanded I return the $25,000 I withdrew, plus an additional $15,000 to cover her losses from cancelled vendors and damages. So, $40,000. Ridiculous. My lawyer, yes, I retained the one I consulted just to be safe, sent back a very polite, very factual 2-page response. It included a clear timeline of events with copies of the venue cancellation confirmation timestamp before her break speech, bank statements showing my $30 deposit into the wedding account and my $25,000 withdrawal, leaving her precise initial investment intact after the venue's non-refundable deposit was paid from the total. A gentle reminder that any contracts with other vendors were entered into by Nicole and any cancellation fees were her responsibility, especially those incurred after she'd already secretly canceled the primary wedding arrangement. A firm statement that there was no legal basis for her claims and any further attempts to pursue this would be met with a counterclaim for harassment. We never heard from their lawyer again. I guess even he realized he couldn't polish that particular situation. Stephen Hawthorne probably wasn't too happy about paying legal fees for that dud. The social media vague booking also fizzled. I think some of her friends, maybe even Amy, started to piece things together or just got bored of the drama. When your sob story doesn't result in cash, people lose interest. Then came the final, somewhat pathetic confrontations. Nicole managed to get me on the phone. I unblocked her for a day out of a weird sense of curiosity. Big mistake. Or maybe not. It was clarifying. "Justin, you've ruined everything," she wailed. No preamble. Just straight to the victim act. "I'm in so much debt. Those vendors are hounding me. My parents are furious. This is all your fault." My fault, Nicole? I kept my voice level. Who canceled the wedding venue secretly? I was under pressure, my parents. I was confused. But you didn't have to be so vindictive, so cruel, taking all that money. It was my money, Nicole. My share for a wedding you decided wasn't happening. What did you expect me to do? Let you spend it on your solo life? But the deposits, the commitments, a real man would have covered those for me to be a gentleman. There it was again, the gentleman card. A real man, I said, wouldn't have been lied to and manipulated. A gentleman, by your definition, sounds like a doormat with a bank account, Nicole. And I'm not that. She started crying then, or making crying noises. You don't understand how much this has cost me. Oh, I think I do, I said. It cost you exactly what your choices have incurred. That's called responsibility. Then I said, I hope you figure things out, Nicole. Goodbye. And I hung up. Blocked her again for good this time. A week later, Brandon, the brother, tried an ambush, saw me at a coffee shop I frequent. He strode over all puffed up. Justin, we need to talk about what you've done to my sister. Brandon, I said, not even looking up from my laptop. You can click on share and more to see if there is a part 3.